Okay guys, today we got a full body mat Pilates workout, no props needed, just yourself and a mat. We're gonna target everything head to toe, and all you just need is your mat and a happy smile, and we got it covered. Okay, so 1 hour mat Pilates with me. Let's do it. All right guys, so standing in the center of your mat, we're gonna start with that same warm up that we always do. We're gonna start with those roll downs. So those feet are gonna be just underneath those hips, about 4 inches apart. You're gonna bring those arms up and overhead on a nice big inhale, lengthening through the crown of your head. You're gonna exhale as you nod that chin, rounding that spine, rolling all the way down to the floor. Nice flexion through the spine, keeping the tailbone heavy. At the bottom, gonna reach for the ground, trying to get those fingertips on the floor. Try to keep those legs as straight as possible. You're gonna softly bend that right knee, softly bend that left knee. Good, keeping full connection through the sole of your foot. Okay, so I want you to think about grounding the base of that big toe all the way through the outer line of that heel. That foot is solid on the floor. Okay, we're alternating those little knee bends, deepening that stretch through the straight leg. Good, when both legs are straight on your next big inhale, you're gonna roll yourself all the way back up to standing nice and slow. You're stacking that vertebrae, okay, stacking that spine. Inhale, bringing those arms up and overhead. One more time. You're gonna exhale as you nod that chin, rounding that spine, diving for the floor, keeping that tailbone heavy. Good, reaching for the floor, keeping those legs as straight as possible. Good. Every exhale, get a little deeper in that movement. Softly pedal out those knees. Good, little tiny knee bends, keeping your heel connected to the floor. Good, you're here for 4. Last 3. Good, you've got 2. Good, the next time those legs are straight, your inhale breath is gonna pick you up, 1 vertebrae at a time. Good, rolling and stacking that spine, head, neck, and shoulders, last thing to come up. Okay, we're gonna take that wide plie stance. So feet more than shoulder width distance apart, toes turned out for that wide second position. We're gonna exhale as we fall into that plie, arms coming up and overhead. Inhale as you rise back to standing. Exhale, nice deep plie. Inhale as you stand back up. So you're opening up that inner thigh over your second toe. Really find that opening there. Good, and then your inhale to rise. Good, last 2. Just warming up that body for movement. Good, last one, you're gonna hold it right there. So growing tall through the crown of the head, the tailbone is reaching straight down for the floor. You're one straight line with that torso. From here, we're gonna arc up and over to the right, finding that side bend, rolling through center, keeping length on the front body, wrapping over to the left and back up through center, alternating the direction, going over, arcing to the left, arcing over something sharp, keeping length on that waistline, rolling through center, keeping those inner thighs open, arcing over to the right and back up through the middle. One more time to the right, arcing up and over, keeping length on all sides of the waistline as you roll through this movement. Good, keeping that tailbone pointed straight down. One more time to the left. Good, and bringing it back up. Okay, so stay in that plie. We're gonna stay right here in this plie and we're gonna work on some deeper movement, all right? So from here, nice and low, you're gonna alternate your heel peels, okay? So you're gonna peel your right heel, peel your left heel. Peel your right, peel your left. Good. Okay, now we're gonna add those arms back into the movement. So they're gonna bring those arms up and overhead into a wide V. Good, just lengthening that lever, giving the body a little bit more to work with. Good, your inhale breath picks up that heel. Your exhale breath sets it down. You're alternating heel peels, okay? Good. Good, you guys. Now, as you peel these heels, you can start to pass them mid-air. So before you set one heel down, try to pick the other heel up. So they're passing in mid-air, okay? So it's a nice fluid movement, staying grounded through the ball of your foot, so the base of your big toe all the way through your pinky toe. Every time you set that heel down, Feel a connection of the center of the heel right through the floor, okay? So find that. Good. You're here for 4. Good. Last 3. Good. You've got 2. Good. On the next one, you're going to hold that right heel up. Our right heel is lifted, left foot is down. We're going to do a little pulse, a little pulse, a little lift, a little lower. Okay, I want you to feel this come from the center of your body. So those sits bones work to lift you, inner thighs. Everything works to lift up and into center. Tiny little pulse, 1 inch up and 1 inch down. Good. Make it slow and controlled. Every time you pulse down, open up those inner thighs a little bit deeper. Good. You're here for 4. Good. Last 3. Good, you guys. Last 2. Good. On the next one, you're going to roll that right heel down to the floor. Pick up that left heel. Continue that little pulse, that little lift, that little lower. Good. Tiny little lift and lower. Opening up those inner thighs nice and deep. That also helps to keep the tailbone pointed straight down. My belly button is pulled up and in. I have a nice tight core. Good. Staying lifted, staying tall. Excellent, you guys. Good. Nice little pulse. Make it nice and deep as you pulse down. Good. You're here for 4. Good. Last 3. We're going to go both heels up into. Good. On the next one, you're going to hold that left heel lifted. Bring that right heel up as well. Find balance. Find the connection through the ball of your foot. Tighten that core. Little pulses. Good. Tiny little pulse. This is where it starts to get a little shaky. Embrace the shake. Okay, that's the connective tissue working through your body. Okay, allow that little shake to enter. Good. And fight past it. Okay. Good. That same deep pulse, okay? Really think about opening up the inner thigh as you pulse down. Core is tight. Good, you're here for 6. Good, last 5. Good, you've got 4. Good, last 3. Last 2. And bring both heels down. Go ahead and stand all the way up. Okay, keeping that Y position, we're going to surge that heart rate just a little bit. Okay, so we're going to do some plie jumps. All right, so those look like this. We're going to bring our arms into like a parallel position right at the front of the body. Okay, palms facing in. From here, we're going to take a plie through center. And now we're going to inhale as we reach up and out to the right, straightening the right leg, pointing the left toe. And then you're going to come back through center for that plie. And then take it out to the left and bring it down. So, even though it's called a plie jump, okay, we're not actually jumping. Okay, we're not actually leaving the floor. I want you to think about keeping the big toe of that pointed foot connected to the floor. Okay, just lifting up. I want you to find the length through the waistline. Length from the crown of the head all the way out that big toe. Little lift and lower. Good. Really reaching. Reach those fingertips away. Good. Find that diagonal movement. Good. Heart rate picks up a little bit here. Good. Nice deep reach. Deep plie. Reach. Deep plie. Reach. Finding that connection through center. Good. You're here for 6 more. Last 5. Good. Down to 3. Good. Last 2. And this is our last one up to the right. And bring it all the way back to center, guys. Good. We're going to come into some squat work. So, keeping the work nice and simple to get started before we hit the floor. We're going to keep those feet about hip width distance apart, okay? We're going to find some full range of motion squats. So, we're going to sit into that squat. Bring those arms up and overhead into a wide V. Inhale back up. Exhale as you lower down. Inhale back up. Good, so nice full range of motion squats. All right, now I want you to think about keeping that entire foot connected to the floor, even those toes. Okay, now remember on a squat, we allow the torso to tilt, but it tilts ever so slightly. You're finding length from the crown of the head out the tailbone, okay? Length on the waistline. Torso is tilting just because You're reaching with your sits bones, nice and deep. Center of the glute reaches back. I like to think about 2 arrows shooting for the baseboard behind me. That's kind of what I think about when I reach into these squats. Feel that glute engage to pick you up. The sits bones, they narrow to pick you up, and then they broaden as you lower. Those are your bone rhythms. Good, those knees, they're tracking with my big toe, second toe. They come just in front of my heel. Just in front of my ankle. Good, you guys, I'm gonna turn back to face you. We've got 4 more. Good, last 3. Last 2. We're gonna hold it low. On the next one, you're gonna hold here, okay? We're gonna work through those heels again. So you're gonna peel your right heel, set it down. Left heel, set it down. Now these heel peels are a little bit smaller than they were on that plie, okay? So, top down, I want you to think about those shoulder blades. The arms, we shouldn't be shrugging our shoulders. I want you to wrap those shoulder blades down and around the ribs. The arms live in the back, so we gotta plug them in. All right, now, core is tight. My inner thighs spiral towards the ceiling to pick up that heel. So I want you to think about that happening in your body. My heel peel is about 1 inch off the floor. No higher, okay? It's small. Good, we're alternating those peels. Good, you're here for 4. We're gonna hold our right heel up in 2. Good, you guys. On the next one, hold that right heel lifted, okay? Tiny little pulse. Tiny little pulse of the hips. Okay, so same thing. I want you to think about those sitting bones. They are narrowing to pick you up. They're broadening to lower. Narrow, broaden. Think about getting longer as you pulse down. It's a very small, intense movement, okay? Tiny. Good. You should really feel the fire through those legs now. I want you to feel the engagement of that left glute because we're a little bit more loaded in that left leg, okay? You're here for 6. Good, last 5. Whew. You're here for 4. Last 3. Last 2. Good, stay low, set that right heel down. Let's pick up that left heel. Continue that little pulse. That little pulse. Okay, so now we're more loaded in that right leg. Okay, so I want you to feel the engagement from the center of that right glute. All right, that right sits bone, picking you up. Tiny, make it small. That pulse is no more than 1 inch up and down. Good, core is nice and tight. Arms are in my back, waistline is long. Excellent, you guys. Good, you're here for 6. You know both heels are gonna go up in 5. Good, last 4. Whew, hot now. Last 3. Good, you've got 2. Good, on the next one, you're gonna hold it right there. Let's pick up both heels. Okay, so find your balance. Both heels are lifted. Okay, I'm connected through the ball of my foot. I'm finding balance. Now, instead of a pulse, we're gonna do a little butterfly. So I want you to think about opening up the inner thighs and then closing. Now, I don't want your knees to be winging in and out, okay? None of this. Okay, I want you to think about the femur bones. That's what's in your hip. That's the bone inside that hip socket. I want you to think about them in the hip, getting closer together as you open up those knees, and then they narrow and they broaden away from each other. They get closer together, and then they go away from each other. Okay? So I want you to think about that movement in the pelvis for your butterfly. It makes it just that much more intense, right? Core is tight. Now we're opening from that low belly. Good, arms are up and overhead still. Good, you're here for 6. This is a very small butterfly. Think about those femur bones narrowing and getting closer together. You're here for 5. Good, last 4. Good, we're not gonna go anywhere. You're here for 3. Stay with me. You're here for 2. On your next one, let's set those heels down. Stay low, don't come out of it, not yet. We're gonna twist our waistline. Twist to the left and tap our knee with our right hand. Come back up, bring it to center,
twist to the right, tap our right knee with our left hand. Bring it up, come to center. Torso twist, tap my knee. Okay, I'm twisting from my waist, nowhere else. Okay, so I want you to isolate that movement to the waistline. Twist and tap. Bring it up to center. Twist, tap. Bring it up, come to center. You're here for 4. Up, bring it back. Last 3. I'm time for my twist. Up, back. Good. Twist, tap. Up, bring it back. Last 1. Twist to the right. Tap, bring it up, and come back. Woo, and stand up out of that. Woo, quads are on fire, right? Everything's a little on fire. All sweaty now. All right, we're gonna come into some plank work now. So, standing at one corner of your mat, we're gonna do some walkouts to get started, okay? So, feet are about hip width distance apart still. Bring those arms up and overhead. You're gonna exhale as you roll down towards the floor. Walk yourself out to a plank. Connect to your plank. Push up. And bring it all the way back. Rolling up, arms up overhead. Exhale, nod your chin, round it down. Walk yourself out to your plank, connect to your plank. Okay, nice push up, chest on the ground. Bring it up, walk yourself all the way back. Okay, so through this movement, I want you to think about keeping those legs as straight as possible. Try to take the bend out of your knee as much as you can. Good, and as you work through it, flexibility will increase. Your body gets warmer, gets more used to the movement. Walking it out, connecting to your plank. Push up, all the way back. Good, we're going to do 2 more just like that. Rounding down, rolling down towards that mat. Walking yourself out, connecting to my plank. I drop that booty. Push up. Walk it back, bringing those arms up and overhead. Last 1, we're gonna make it really strong, rolling down, walk yourself out, bring that booty down, connect those arms into the back, push up, and then walk it all the way back up. All right, guys, I lied. We're gonna go 1 more because I want you to hold the plank. So we're gonna roll it down, roll it all the way down towards the floor, walk yourself out to a plank, and hold your plank. Okay, so now we're gonna work with some single-sided movement. Your right knee is gonna start. So right knee pulls into your chest. We wanna round the spine and take that right leg out nice and straight. Don't touch the floor with the right leg. Pull that knee in, round the spine, look at your knee, and then take that leg out, extend. Pull it in, extend. Keep that booty low. Don't let that right hip drop down. Good, it's just a standard little knee pull. You're flexing through the spine. Good, you guys, you've got 4. Good, last 3. You got this, stay with me, last 2. Good, on the next one, you're gonna hold that right leg out there. Now keeping a flat back, you're gonna take that right knee to the left elbow and take it back out. Right knee to left elbow and take it out, keep that back. Nice and flat. Take those shoulder blades, wrap them down and around the ribs. Keep that belly button drawn in nice and tight. Good, working on that side waistline. Good, you're here for 4. Whew. Last 3. Good, you've got 2. Good, give me 1 more. 1 more there. Good, let's take that right foot down. Now you're gonna roll into a side plank. Right arm's gonna come up, my feet are staggered, okay? From here, I'm gonna stack my feet. So right foot comes on top of my left foot. Hold, okay, hold that. Now, if it's accessible to you, you're gonna pick your right leg up. Right leg lifts, then it comes down. It lifts, then it comes down. Good, little stars. Good, we're here for 4. Woo, you can do this. Last 3. You got it. Last 2. Keep that waistline up. Good. Last 1. Bring that leg down. Roll it back to your plank. Connect it right there.
Now we're gonna go that left side, okay? Left knee pulls in, little flexion through the spine, send that leg out. Pull it in and flex, and send it out. Rounding your spine as you draw that knee into your chest. So you wanna go ahead and look at your knee. The rounding of the spine starts from the base of the skull. Good, you're here for 4. Whew. Last 3, stay with me. Last 2. Good, you guys. On the next one, hold it there. Flat back, left knee to right elbow, and out. Left knee to right elbow, and out. In, out. Good, that little diagonal cross. You're here for 4. Whew. Last 3, make it big. Last 2. Good, you guys. One more for good measure. Good. Take that left foot down to the floor. Okay, find your positioning. You're gonna roll to that side plank on the left side. Okay, left arm is up towards the ceiling. All right, feet are staggered now. Finding my balance. Left foot on top of the right. Now we're gonna lift that leg. Lift, lower. Lift, lower. Just 4 more. Lift, lower. Lift, lower. Last 2. Lift, lower. Lift, lower. Rolling it back down to your plank. And then bring those knees down nice and soft, you guys. So good. I know that was a longer session, so roll out those wrists. Okay, we're gonna come into some supine work so I can get you off those wrists for a minute. So lie on your back. Whew. Take a minute, reset yourself. Okay, now bringing those arms long by your side. We're gonna bring our legs up into, and we're gonna do some straddles. So one leg at a time, let's bring them up over the hips. Legs are long. All right, now I want you to find that neutral spine. So little lift in the low back. It's not big, it's very small. Okay, you just don't want to press the low back into the mat. Hip bones shining straight up for the ceiling. So you want to focus on that neutral pelvis. That may mean that your legs are not directly over the hips. It may mean that they're a little forward, all right? Arms are long by your side. From here, we're gonna open through those inner thighs, and then we're gonna narrow through the low belly and inner thighs to zip up the leg. We're gonna open, narrow and close. I want you to focus on drawing the abdominals in, like you're closing a book. Close those legs, close those abdominals. Pull it up and in. Inhale, open. Draw it up and in. You should feel shaky as you draw those legs in. Good, you guys. Good, we're here for 6. Good, last 5. Good, you guys. Focus on drawing those belly buttons up and in. Last 4. Good, you got 3. My legs are shaking like crazy. It's probably hard to see on the camera, but my legs are pretty shaky right now. Last 2. Good, on the next one, you're gonna open up that straddle and hold the straddle, okay? Now, I'm gonna do some reaches. I'm gonna reach and curl through the center and then bring it back down. Reach and curl and bring it back down. Focusing on keeping those abdominals up and in, okay? You wanna be able to keep the ribs closed, the belly button drawing up and back. Good, legs should be shaky here. Good, you've got 6. You're here for 5. Good, last 4. Good, you've got 3. Last 2. Good, on the next one, hold your curl. Hold it right there, reach, reach, reach for the wall in front of you, and little pulses of those legs, up and in. Tiny little pulse. Don't let your curl go. Try to keep those shoulder blades up and off the floor. Okay, inner thighs, low belly, pick up the legs. Good, connecting that entire core. Good, you're here for 6. Good, for 5. Last 4. Good, tailbone is heavy. Last 3. Good, you've got 2. Hold it right there. Good. Now, instead of pulsing your legs, you're gonna pulse your curl. Little up and lower, little deepening, 1 inch up, little extra 1 inch, and back down. Good, you're not fully releasing the curl. It's a pulse. Good. You're here for 8, for 7, for 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2. Hold, tighten everything through center, and then roll it all the way back down. Close those legs. Nice job, you guys. All right, before we leave this position, we're gonna come into some reverse curls. So you're gonna keep those arms long by your side, pressing through the forearm and the palm of the hand into the mat. Okay, you're gonna bring both legs up and over. Those hips again, finding that neutral spine. Wiggle into that neutral spine position. From here, we're gonna exhale, so bring those hips up and back, and then lower. Up and back, and then lower. So I'm rounding through the lower part of the spine, but I want you to think about as you release, slowly releasing. Okay, it's not a big hike and then a big drop. I want you to think about a lift and lower, working through that low belly. Press those arms into the mat. That's gonna give you a good base of support. Good. Really focus on rounding the spine back down. You want to think about that spine like a string of pearls, okay? You want to set one vertebrae down at a time. Round and roll. Good. You're here for 4. Last 3. Good. You've got 2. Good. I'm going to make this last one. Nice job, you guys. Bring those knees down, or feet down. Whew, take a moment, breathe. Come on up, okay? So we're gonna come up and we're gonna do some prop teaser work. So I will challenge you at the end with a full teaser. You'll only do that today if that's accessible for you and that works for your body today. It doesn't always work for everybody, and it doesn't always work every day, okay? So a lot of strong core movement, but we're gonna start in a propped up teaser position. So my hands are down on the mat behind me, behind my back. I've got my fingertips facing in, so facing me. From here, I'm gonna allow those elbows to bend as I roll back on my sitting bones, and I'm gonna bring my knees bent into a tabletop position. So my shins are parallel with the floor, and I've got that little V with my body. Okay, now from here, we're gonna extend the right leg, bring it back. Extend the left, bring it back. Good, so a little extend and bend. As you bend that leg back in, I want you to think about bringing the knee or the thigh close to the chest, because that's gonna allow the femur bone to sink down in the head. Okay, so I want you to focus on that bone rhythm in your body, okay? And you'll start to feel a difference in the movement when you start to focus on those bone rhythms and what's happening inside the body. Good. Now, we're gonna start to add a little twist and tap. So the next time you extend that left leg, we're gonna take the right arm and we're gonna reach and we're gonna tap the ankle as we twist the torso. Bring the right hand back down, bring the left knee in. Extend the right leg. Left hand picks up, we twist and tap the ankle. Bring it back, bend the knee. Extend the left leg. Lift, twist and tap. Bring it back, bend the knee in. Good. You're here for 4. Good. Last 3. Last 2. Focus on controlled movement, okay? Not going too fast. Last 1. Good. On the next one, you're going to bring both legs back in. We're still in that bent position. From here, extend both legs nice and long and give me little flutters. Little flutters of those legs, okay? Low belly is nice and tight. Belly button is pulled up and in. We're not going anywhere. We're here for 6. We've got that challenge coming up for full teaser in 5. Good. Last 4. Good. You've got 3. Last 2. Hold those legs straight. If you are up for it, bring both hands off the floor. I'm pretty shaky. Find that lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, and bring it all the way down, guys. So good. Go ahead and take whatever stretch you need to kind of open up those hip flexors. That was a long teaser position. So, okay, we're gonna get back into it. All right, so we're gonna go into some side lying work.
You're gonna lie down. We're just gonna start on our left side. Actually, no, we'll start on our right side. Let's lie down on our right, since that's how I'm facing you. Okay, so right side is down. My right forearm is down on the mat. My right elbow is underneath my shoulder. You wanna keep that position because I want you to stay lifted up out of that shoulder, all right? You're gonna bend that right knee forward, okay? And now our left leg is nice and long. Your left hand can come to the top of the hip. We're gonna start with some leg sweeps. All right, so left leg is gonna sweep forward, and then we're gonna flex the foot and send it back. We're gonna point the toe and reach it forward, and then we're gonna flex the foot and send it back. We're gonna exhale as we send it forward, flex the foot, inhale, send it back for a little kickback. So as you bring that leg back, okay, I want you to think about sending it just behind the midline of your body. So just behind, so you engage the glam line, the glute, where the glute and the hamstring meet. I want you to find that little squeeze. Okay, point the toe, sweep it forward. Flex the foot, send it back. Now you want to keep your ankle, your knee, and your hip all on the same level. Okay, so my foot is nice and lifted. All right, my hips are stacked. Left hip on top of right hip, and I'm lifted up out of my right shoulder. Good, I'm not letting my waistline collapse. Both sides of the waistline are nice and long. Good, you guys, really nice. Good, you're here for 4. Last 3. Good, we're gonna change it up in 2. Good. On your next one, you're gonna hold that leg forward. Okay, so it's swept forward, toe is pointed. Let's bend that knee, so now you're in 90-90 bend with that leg, all right? And now we're gonna keep the knee bent and push that leg back behind you. Okay, bring it all the way forward in that bent position. Extend the leg long. Bend the knee, send it back for that little kick, that little push back. Okay, just behind the midline of the body. Bent knee comes forward, extend the leg long. Bend the knee, 90-90. Send the leg back just behind the hip. Good, bring the bent knee forward, extend the leg long. Bend, push it back. Bring it forward, extend the leg. Good, last 4. Good, last 3. Last 2. Good, you guys. Good. On the next one, you're gonna sweep that leg back to the side. Okay, so nice long leg. Good. Now, from here, we're gonna start to lift the hips. So I'm gonna have you bring that left arm up into the sky. And now we're gonna lift the hip, lift the leg, and bring it down. Lift the hip, lift the left leg, and bring it down. Good, so big lift. That left leg picks up even more, okay? And then you come down. Don't ever let that left foot touch the floor. Okay, left foot stays off the floor. Big lift through those hips. Hips stay in that stacked position. Good. You've got 4. Good. Last 3. Should feel it in that left glute. Last 2. Good, you guys. So good. On the next one, you're gonna hold it up there, hold it up. Now, knee, left knee pulls in as you bend that left elbow for a little knee curl, and then take it out. Bend the knee in, take it out. My right hip is lifted off the floor, okay? I'm lifting through that right shin. My core is tight, pulling that left knee in for a little more oblique work. Good. Last 4. Last 3. Good, you guys. Last 2. On the next one, you're gonna hold that leg long one last time. Little pulses up with the hip, From that right hip, it's not gonna go far. At least mine's not going far. You're here for 4. Good, last 3. Woo, last 2. And set it all the way down. Okay, stay right there in that sideline position, all right? Right forearm, reconnect to that elbow under the shoulder. Both knees are gonna be bent in front of you. You're gonna keep your heels together now. Pick those heels off the floor though. So heels are lifted off the floor. My heels are gonna stay together. I'm gonna do some clamming. So top knee, my left knee, open, close,
open, close. So I want you to focus here, keeping the feet off the floor, keeping the heels together, big opening from that inner thigh. I want you to feel the femur bone swivel in that hip socket to open the leg. Okay, my core is connected, low belly is working here. Belly button is pulled up and in. Good, you guys, you're here for 6. We're gonna come into some 4-point kneel work in 5. Good, last 4, don't let those feet touch the ground. Mine almost did, last 3. Whew. Last 2. And bring it all the way down, guys, so good. All right, coming onto your hands and knees, 4-point kneel position. All right, we're gonna come into some lateral leg lifts. So again, working on the top of that left hip. From here, front side of the ankle or front side of the foot is nice and flat. All right, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. You're gonna open up that left inner thigh and close. Open it up and close. So I want you to focus, not necessarily how big the lift is, but I want you to keep your hips level with the earth, parallel to the floor. Okay, I don't want you to really hike up and drop through that right hip. I want you to find the connection through center. And you're only gonna open up so much before you drop all of the weight into the right side of your body. Nice engagement through both palms on the floor. Your left palm, press that left palm into the floor. Stay grounded there. Good, you guys. My shin stays parallel to the floor. Good, you're here for 4. We're gonna add a leg extension in 3. Good, last 2. Elbows are soft. On your next one, you're gonna hold it up, extend the leg on a diagonal, bring it back to that bent position and bring it in. Send it up, extend the leg, bend the knee, bring it in. Open it up, extend the leg, bend the knee, bring it in. Good, last 4. Good, last 3. Last 2. Good, you guys. On the next one, you're gonna hold that leg extension. Hold it out there. Hold it out. Now little pulses with that straight leg. Little pulses up and out. Good, you're in that slight external rotation. Okay, my left hip is facing the floor. It didn't open up. We're here for 4. Good, last 3. Good, you've got 2. Hold it right there. Now we're gonna sweep that left leg out to the side. Bring it all the way back, swivel to parallel. Swivel to external rotation, sweep it out to the side. Bring it all the way back to parallel. Good, so you're sweeping. It's a big sweep. All the way to the side body, and then all the way back and around off the hip. Now when you bring it back, the top of your foot faces the floor. Okay, sweep it, top of the foot faces the wall in front of me, and then it faces the floor as I bring it back. So I'm rotating through the femur bone in the hip as I rotate that leg around. Good, you're here for 4. Last 3. Good, last 2. On your next one, you're gonna hold that leg up and back. Okay, now we're gonna find a bird dog, keeping that left leg lifted. You're gonna pick that right arm up and off the ground. My pinky faces the floor, and now we're gonna pulse up. Arm and leg pulse up, both pulse. Press down through your right shin and your left palm. Okay, that's gonna help you find center. Good, working on that diagonal sling through the body. Little pulse up. Good, for 6, for 5, last 4. Good, last 3, last 2, and bring it all the way in, you guys. So good, so good. All right, we're gonna come into a little bit of prone work. All right, so you're gonna come down onto your tummy. Whew. Now, your palms are gonna be down on the floor, and the palms are gonna be just underneath the forehead, okay? So your forehead's on top of those palms, fingertips are touching or slightly overlapping, elbows are wide. you're gonna bring those feet into first position, okay? So heels together, toes turned out. Now, from here, we're gonna focus on lifting up through the middle of the back, all right? So we're gonna lift legs and arms off the floor, back down. Lift, back down. Now we're gonna start to add a straddle. So the next time that you lift, you're gonna open up those legs, close the heels, send it back down. Arms and legs lift. Open the legs for a straddle, close the heels, bring it back down. Up, open, close, down. Good. Up, open, close, down. For 6. Good, you guys. For 5. Good. For 4. Feeling the back line of the leg engage. Good. Last 3. Zipping up those inner thighs. Last 2. Good. Give me 1 more and hold it up there. Open that straddle. Take those arms out to a wide V. Palms are facing the ground. You're in a big X. Okay, holding that X lifted, you're gonna pulse up, up, up. We never touch the ground with those arms and those legs, okay? Little pulses up. Plug those arms into your back. Good. Feel the lift come from the center of the body. Good. You're here for 6, for 5, for 4, last 3, last 2, and bring it all the way in, you guys. So good. All right, coming back up. We're gonna do that 4-point kneel work on the other side. So I'm gonna turn so you guys can see me. This time my right leg is gonna work for that lateral lift. Okay, so back in that 4-point kneel. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Front side of the foot is nice and long on the floor, so my toes are not tucked under. Okay, they're nice and flat. From here, we're gonna focus on staying centered, and we're gonna open up that right leg and bring it back down. Open and down. So opening up that inner thigh. I'm not focused on how high I get the leg, but I'm focused on keeping the control through the core and not dumping into my left hip, the knee that's on the floor. You don't want to dump into that leg. Okay, you want to keep your weight centered. So as I lift my leg, I find a very intense shake through that right shoulder. Good. That's that diagonal sling working within your body. Okay, that right shoulder connecting to that left waistline. Good, you guys. You're here for 6. We're gonna add that extension in. Good, last 4. Last 3. Good, you've got 2. On your next one, you're gonna hold it up. Extend the leg out, bend it in, bring it down. Open, extend, bend, bring it down. Open, extend, bend, bring it in. For 4. Good, you guys. Last 3. You hear my kids? They're taking a bath. They're taking a bath with Daddy, so it gets a little wild up there. Good, last 2. Good, you guys. Last 1. Hold that leg extension up there. Pulse that leg up, up, up. So it's in that slight external rotation out of that diagonal. Okay, little pulses up, up, up. For 6, for 5, for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to keep that leg up there. Swivel it out to the side, back and around, off the hip. Good. Swivel that femur bone, back to parallel as it comes behind the body. Swivel, back. Okay, so we're bringing that leg out to the side body, and then all the way back behind the body. Feel that femur bone swivel in the hip. Okay, that's what makes that rotation possible. Good, you're here for 4. Good, last 3. Try to keep your weight centered. Last 2. Good, you guys. Good. On the next one, you're gonna hold that leg out to the back. Okay, hold it out to the back. Find the connection through your right palm and your left shin. Find that bird dog position, and from here we're gonna pulse up, up. Right leg, left arm. My pinky of my hand is facing the floor, palm is facing in, and we're pulsing up, up, up. For 6, for 5, good, last 4, you've got 3, last 2, and bring it all the way in, guys. So good, so good. All right, we're gonna come down now onto our left side, and we're gonna start with that clam on this side, because I want you to continue to work through the lateral line of that right leg. So, left forearm, left elbow is under the shoulder, forearm is down. We're gonna keep that connection right there. Okay, now, my right hand is on my hip, heels are together. I'm gonna bring my heels up off the floor, my feet are up off the floor. From here, left knee stays down, right knee opens for that clam, bring it back down. Open, close. Keep those heels connected. Okay, heels stay together. Open, close. Open, close. Feeling lots of shake as I open up those inner thighs. Good, you guys. Core is connected. Belly button is up and in. Good, I'm not rolling or sitting back through the hip. We don't want to do that, okay? Just keep those feet up. You're here for 6. Good, for 5. Good, you've got 4. Last 3. Last 2. And bring it all the way down. Okay, stay right there. Reconnect if you need to connect that left elbow underneath the left shoulder. Extend that right leg out, left knee is bent in front of us. Okay, we're gonna keep that right leg long and off the floor now. From here, we're gonna start with those leg sweeps, okay? So we're gonna sweep that right leg forward, sweeping it all the way back for that kickback. Point the toe forward, flex the foot, bring it back. Point forward, flex, bring it back. Good, point it forward. Flex, bring it back. Good, point, sweep. Point, exhale, sweep, inhale. Good, so every time we bring it back with that flexed foot, I'm finding that little kick back to engage the glute, okay? My ankle is the same height as my hip, and I'm fighting for that, okay? The leg doesn't need to come all the way straight forward, okay? That's not important. I'd rather you keep your form and hold your organization through the body rather than dumping into parts of your body to get range of motion. Okay, the range of motion will increase with time. Good, you're here for 4. Good, last 3. Last 2. Good, you guys. On the next one, sweeping that leg forward, hold it there, bend the knee, send it back for that little push back, bring it back with the bent knee, extend the leg, bend, send it back for the push back, knee is the same height as my hip, bring it back, extend the leg, bend, push it back, bring it forward, extend the leg, bend, push it back, bring it forward, extend the leg. Good, you guys. Good, you're here for 4. Good, last 3. Good, you've got 2. We're gonna come into those hip lifts. Good. On the next one, you're gonna bring it forward, extend that leg. Now sweep it back to the side. Okay, here we go. We're gonna bring that right arm up to the ceiling. And now we're gonna lift through the left hip, lift the leg, and bring it down. Lift, bring it down. Lift for that half side plank. It's basically a side plank, okay? Lift, bring it down. Good. Lift, bring it down. Good, you're here for 4. Last 3. Good. Last 2. You got this, stay with me. Last one, hold it there. Let's bend that knee in and take it out. Bend it in, bend the elbow, take it out. Okay, curling that knee in, working through that right oblique, extending the arm, and then bending the knee and the arm in. Good, you've got 4. Last 3. Good, you guys. Last 2. Good, on the next one, you're gonna hold that right leg out there, hold, and now pulse the hip up, up, up. You got this, pulse that hip up, that bottom hip, that left hip pulses for 4. Good, for 3, for 2, and bring it all the way down. So good, you guys. Okay, take a minute to roll out those shoulders. All right, we're nearing the end of class, but I've got a 4-point kneel scorcher to end. Okay, so you're gonna come onto your hands and knees. Roll out those shoulders. Prepare yourself for a little intense hold at this end. Okay, so this is gonna wrap us up before we stretch, all right? So stay with me. Let's get our head in it. We got this, all right? So wrists under shoulders, okay? Knees under hips. Now you are gonna tuck those toes under you. Okay, so find that position because you're gonna come into a little hover with your knees. So exhale to prepare. Inhale. Hover those knees 1 inch off the floor. Now from here, we're gonna hold and breathe for 8. Good, for 7, for 6. Good, for 5. We're not gonna set them down. We're here for 4. Last 3. Last 2. Hold it right here. Step your right foot out to a plank, left foot out. Right foot in, left foot in. Right foot out, left foot out. Right foot in, right foot in. So we're walking. Right, we're walking with those legs, walking from a 4-point kneel out to a plank. Good, you got this. Keep those knees nice and low to the ground. Keep that belly button pulled up and in. Good, you're here for 8. Good, you guys. You're here for 7. Good, you got this for 6. Last 5. Good, you're here for 4. Good. Last 3 here. You've got it. We're not going to set it down, though, not yet, because you're going to stay with me. We're here. Last 1 on this walk. Good. Hold back to your 4-point kneel. Hold it. Walk your hands. Right hand out, left hand out. And then back to the 4-point kneel. Out. Back. Okay, alternate your leading arm out. Alternate it out. Good. Keep those knees low to the ground. Connect to that plank. I have to think about what hand is working. Good, you guys. Okay, this is it. Last 8. Good. You've got 7. Yes, you can. Good, you're here for 6. Last 5. Stay connected through the core. Last 4. Good. You've got 3. Yes, you can. Last 2. Good. Last 1. Hold your plank. Hold it there. Lock it up. Pull those shoulder blades down and around the ribs. Pull that belly button up and in. You're here for 8, for 7, for 6, for 5, last 4, last 3, last 2, knees down. Ooh, take a child's pose, you guys. So good. Ending it nice and strong. Whew. Finding that release through the shoulders, through the back, releasing those hips and those glutes, reaching those sits bones far behind you. Knees are open wide. And just let yourself breathe here for a minute. Whew. Let your body calm down. Good. All right, guys. Once you're ready, we're going to come into a down dog to open up the hips. So, roll out those shoulders really quick if you need to. Hands are on the floor. Coming back into a down dog position, okay? So sending those hips up and back. Heels are down towards the floor. My palms are pressed solid into the ground. I'm going to let my head dangle between my arms. Okay, now I'm going to take my right leg and I'm going to take it into a bent knee position, up and back nice and high. Now keeping my knee bent, I'm going to let my leg roll to the left side and open up my hip out to the side. You want to open up your hip. Okay, now in this position, if you feel stable, extend that leg and deepen that opening on that right side. You're here for 4. Good, last 3. Last 2. Bend that knee back in, roll that right hip back down, connect to your down dog. Okay, take that left knee up and bent and start to roll open that left hip. Okay, really open it up. Okay, you're twisted through the torso. I'm opening up my left hip. And now go ahead and extend that leg if you feel stable. Okay, finding a nice stretch through the front side of the hip, through the left side of the body. Good, you're here for 4. Last 3. Last 2. Good, bringing that bent knee back, rolling the hip down, connecting back to my down dog. Good, walk those feet up towards your hands. Keeping your hands down on the floor, we're slowly gonna roll up 1 vertebrae at a time, stacking that spine. Good, and now keeping those feet just underneath the hips, we're gonna inhale those arms up and overhead. Good, take your left hand and grab onto your right wrist. We're gonna draw that right wrist up and overhead for a nice pull through the right side body. Okay, really lengthen and stretch out there. Don't be afraid to give that wrist a nice good pull. And just breathe. Good, you're here for 4, for 3, last 2. Good, bringing it back up through center, switching. Right hand grabs left wrist, bringing it up and over, finding that stretch, finding that length through the left side body. Good, you're here for 4. Good, last 3, last 2. And bringing it all the way back to center. Nice job, you guys. Really well done. I know some of those things are hard to hang on to at the last minute, especially that 4-point kneel at the end, but you guys did it so strong, so good. I want you to be sweaty. That's why you're here. I want you to get a good workout, and I want you to strengthen that body, okay? So.